know the inside corkscrew yet, but you have the regular size corkscrew, shorten your poi, and then instead of coming up over your head, come up over your arms toward your face, which is kind of scary, so make sure you size the poi correctly so you don't actually thwack your face more than you need to. And then, so instead of this, you say, okay, I'm just gonna come above the arm up into my face. And if you still can't get it, go to the one-handed drills like this. So instead of up and down above the crown, you come up and down above the hand, but below the top of the head. And that's what makes it inside plane. It's between the line of you and you. It's in the box of your frame, right? And then if you're drilling these, come out to the side and come back to the front and come out to the side and come back to the front and come out to the side and come back to the front, because we will also use this for the snake charmer, which is an inside corkscrew. So let's do the right hand. Again, if you're up here, instead of going above your head, come in toward your face, boom, 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 and then come front of you and to the side and to the front of you and to the side and to the front of you and to the side and to the front of you and to the side. Okay, now from the corkscrew, you can do the snake charmer, which is where you open to the side like this. This was also in the video, although I think in the video I did counterclockwise, not clockwise. And you can come together and separate and come together and separate and come together and separate. Oh, and guess what? You can do all of this separation stuff. By the way, separation is where you're taking the center of revolution, which is normally stacked, and you're separating the two centers of rotation out. So instead of the two of them stacking here, you have a separated corkscrew where they're here and here. Another example of a separation might be when you're doing something like a weave and you do, okay, yes, if I do an extension all the way around with one hand, I'm separating where the center of rotation is with my left hand, which is nice and tight, versus my right hand, which is doing an extension all the way through. So back in the old days, and when I say old days, I mean around the turn of the millennium, when we didn't have a very large repertoire of moves, we played with different things to make the same stuff look more interesting. So even like, this is not an ideal indoor move because of the extension, but I still want to give you the concept of the separation. Just even this, right? That's together time pinwheel, same thing, but I'm doing one extension or alternating the extensions. Another version of a separation where you're changing where the center of the rotation is for each of the poi relative to the other, and instead of stacking them, having them in two separate places. So the snake charmer uses the separation, but even this process of separating, right, you can do it in lots of rotations, or you could do it basically in one rotation. Regardless, you can be turning with it or against it as you are doing that. And then you could go back into your triple layer cake where, oh, I didn't finish that. So the first half of it is left is on bottom, you come down with your left, your right one follows, you're in your corkscrew, but now you have to land in the other one. So what you need to do is take your right hand and get it down below the left hand. So what I did was I led with the left hand and I brought it below my left arm, but I lifted my left arm up to make space for the right arm to come underneath. So you're like this, lift the left arm up, right arm comes underneath. You're, terrible entry. You're in the corkscrew, lift the left arm up enough to let the right one come underneath. And then from this one to go back into the corkscrew, I'm going to, again, lead with my left hand, bring it below the right, and follow with the right. And then my left goes into flat first, above the arm, and the right one comes above it. Then back to the corkscrew, then it comes below my left one, and then my right one slips in the middle. Then my left one leads again, and then my left is on bottom, my right one comes on top, then my left one leads again, and then my left one is on top and my right one comes underneath, and then my left leads again. So I'm leading with my left because the corkscrew leads with your left in general. If you look at it, that's how the move works. So I'm leading into the transitions all with the left. I would start in a regular old corkscrew. Turning with a regular corkscrew, Then I would lift the right leg, come under, exit again. I would do a second one, possibly a third, because there is a power in repetition. Then I would come into the regular old corkscrew. Now you might be like, wait a second, but I'm in long poi. How do I get into short poi? I'm gonna show you. Your right hand, when it comes down, you wrap like that. So you get your hand vertical to the horizontal plane of the poi, and you let it go around however many fingers you need it to go around to wrap for you. And then this one, you wrap over your head. So from the clockwise corkscrew, I'm gonna wrap my right one down here and my left one up there, hopefully effectively. And then you can keep it short poi in the regular size corkscrew, then bring it into the inside plane corkscrew. Separate it and come back together, separate and come back together, separate and come back together. Then go on top of the left arm in the buzzsaw, turn with it in the buzzsaw, and then come into your corkscrew again. And then we're gonna put the right one on bottom, an anti-turn. So we're gonna turn to the left, a harder turn. And then while we're in the corkscrew, go back to the corkscrew. You can also, without doing the separation, you can do both the turn with it and the anti-turn. I actually think this is a super effective performance move, especially when you're up close, going between the in-turn and the anti-turn in the 2-beat. It's really pretty. And then from here, let it stretch, open it up, and then we're gonna tap the left poi here, and then bring it up over the head, and now you're in your opposite direction, thread the needle. Come down here to check your work if you need to. And then we're gonna go up here again, and we're gonna tap the left poi again, and then come into the clockwise corkscrew, and then repeat what we did. So come under the leg, around, and under the leg again, and around. And now we're gonna wrap the poi up, come into the corkscrew, then the left on bottom in the triple layer cake, back to the corkscrew, turn with it, turn with it, turn with it. And then now go into the right on bottom, turn against it, turn against it, turn against it. Go back into your corkscrew, turn against, reverse, turn with it. Reverse your body, turn against. Reverse your body, turn with it. And then we're gonna tap the left poi and then come up into your thread the needle, corkscrew. Thread the needle, corkscrew. Thread the needle, corkscrew. One more time, thread the needle, corkscrew. And then you could do what I just did, which was a super fun cheat where I'm here, they're both down here, and then I'm plane bending them while I rotate my body to come into the first thing we started with, where I tease, and then I tease. Full kick. And then you could do your exit. And assuming you have the clockwise sprinkler, right? So this guy. If you've got this one, you could then transition into this one, the triple layer cake from that, or from this, do better than I did. My unwrap was terrible. Into your sprinkler. So you could connect those two together in a really nice flow as well.